Okay, we're coming to you from Upper St. Clair Stadium, where the Upper St. Clair Panthers are taking on the Pine-Richland Rams. Just had kickoff. As St. Clair's want to do, they push the ball down the field to the left. Pine-Richland has a goal kick. Pine-Richland works it through the midfield. Stolen by Cyrus Connie. Up to one of the captains for Pine-Richland, out to the left, and out of bounds. Throw in, Willie Backdine. Headed back to Will, back to JJ Cuddy, over to RJ White. Pine-Richland is pressuring a bit up front, out to Will Backdine. Up to Colin Sibley, couldn't handle. Out of bounds. St. Clair ball. Up to Mitch Friday. Out for another throw-in. St. Clair's doing well this year with a 5-1-2 overall record. Pine-Richland is also strong in their conference. It's going to be a long throw by Advai Van Ketterman. Van Ketterman is a long name to say, so he's going to be a Brazilian player tonight and just go by his first name. So Advai tosses it into the box. Shot taken by Sibley. Just over the net. Actually, great save by the keeper. Able to get a paw on it. Now it's going to be a corner kick by Max Fultonier. Back out to Max. RJ White couldn't get a head on it. Goal kick, Pine-Richland. Out to the right back for Pine-Richland. Turns it back around to the center back. Out to the left midfielder. St. Clair shifts his defense, and ball gets through. RJ White tracking it down. Chased by forward by Pine-Richland. Out to JJ Cuddy. Calmly out to William Backdine. Cyrus Connie. White. Out to Fultonier. Up to Mitch Friday. Intercepted by the Rams. Oh, ambitious ball played up by played up to Colin Sibley. Ball played by Jack Myers. Rams on the attack again. Defended by Ben Backdine. Handball though. Certainly inadvertent, but his hand was up. It's a proper call. Ball to be lofted in by one of the Ram captains. Oh, it's a great ball into the box. Headed out by Advai Van Ketterman. And again by Cyrus Connie. Knocked out by the Rams for a St. Clair goal kick. This is a non-conference game, so it certainly matters to everyone on the field and the coaches. It doesn't matter as much in the standings. But it's a great day. It's very nice. Players are going to have a great match. That goal kick defended by the Ram forward, headed back by Advai, back to Anthony Aioli by RJ White. Little rule education: if a player heads the ball back to a goalkeeper, he can use his hands. If he chests it back, he can also use his hands. If it goes back by a pass by his feet, the goalie has to can only play it with his feet. That rule moment brought to you by the USC Soccer Boosters. Ambitious ball played forward by Sibley. A little too far for Backdine. Taken by the Ram goalkeeper. And moving it quickly. The toss out to the center back. We're on the left side now. Rams are going right to left. Defended well by Backdine. Two Backdine brothers on the field. Will Backdine is a right defender. Ben Backdine is a center midfielder. Ball popped up. Gets by J.J. Cuddy. Shielded by R.J. White. Goal kick USC. So at the 34-minute mark, still 0-0 tie. Teams still feeling each other out. Played forward by White as from the goal kick. Out to Will Backdine. Checks it inside. Checks his options in there. Dribbles across. Out to Advaya. Forward to Ben Backdine. Fulton intercepted by the Rams after trying to play it for Friday. Defended by Cuddy, not well. Played it right back to the forward's feet. Jack Myers up to Colin Sibley. Nice 25-yard pass on the ground. Back to Will Backdine. Gets some air under it to Sibley. Little too much. Off the table. And Coach Snyder didn't actually like that attempt. Yelling a few instructions to Mr. Backdine about just a little more controlled pass there. Sibley generally likes the ball played to his feet if he's open, and he had about a 5-yard cushion there. So Rams in possession again, passing it back on the defensive line. Backdine's got it now again. Will Backdine's getting a lot of work out here on the right. Over to Cyrus Connie. Cyrus turns around a few times, checks his options. The player who doesn't mind passing it back, he's confident doing that. Up to Sibley. Sibley dribbles a bit, checking. Little miscommunication with Ben Backdine there, played behind Ben. Ram ball, could have been a handball. It's on the opposite side of the field, a little tough to see. Played forward from just over midfield. Lazy pass picked up by Will Backdine. Headed back through the midfield by a Ram. A little push in the back by Will Backdine. Will Backdine's our only sophomore starter right now. Been playing very well this season. Solid defender, gets up and down the field very quickly. Got his hand caught in the cookie jar there, though. The ball we played in just from a little over midfield back into the penalty box. R.J. White takes it, dribbles it out. Little heavy touch. R.J. just pumped it out of bounds inadvertently there. All right, throw in Rams rather. Chested down. Cyrus Connie intercepts, plays it back to Advaya, up to Fulton. Fulton dribbles around a midfielder. Up to Ben Backdine. Ben attempts to get by a defender but is stopped. Rams have it now. Have a runner out on the left and he hits him. Oh, a little too far. Saw him rather. It's a little too far. Jack Myers gets beat to the ball there on a throw-in, but Ram knocks it out, so USC throwing again. Up to Jack Myers, back to Backdine. Myers again. Sibley. Sibley dribbles across midfield. Switches fields out to Max Fulton. Out to Myers. Backdine's on the run. Plays up to Sibley. Into Myers again. Myers takes a shot. His shot to the near post just missed, just sailed wide. Good offensive sequence though. It was about 5 passes in a row that got it out to the right side for the Myers shot. Cyrus Connie comes out to win the ball. Back to J.J. Cuddy. In a scrum now. Cleaned up by R.J. White. Up to Sibley. Rams intercept. Play it back to their back line. St. Clair plays it back to the keeper, who knocks it out to midfield. Jack Myers gets up for 2 head balls, beats a taller player. Jack is maybe the smallest player on the field in any game, but he is one of the biggest hearts for sure. Gives great effort every night, and won 2 head balls right there in a row over a taller player. Plays it wide to Advaya. Up to Friday. Back-to-back Dian. Out to Fulton-Near. Back to White. Touched defensively out by a Ram. RJ throws in, plays it up forward to Ben back Dian, goes over his head. Rams possess now. Whoops, R.J. White loses his balance. One-on-one with J.J. Cuddy. Plays wide to a Ram outside. Defended well by Wilback Dian. Intercepted again in the box by the Rams. Defended again by J.J. Cuddy. Now cleaned up by Cyrus Connie. Myers back to Wilback Dian. Up to Colin Sibley. Sibley turns around, checks his options, beats a player. Up to Myers, who shields almost well enough, but it was intercepted. Cleaned up again by R.J. White, pounds it downfield. This is probably going to go off the table. Goal kick, Pine-Richland. Richland plays out on the right side defensively. Connie intercepts, plays it out wide to Wilback Dian. Forward to Myers. St. Clair's been playing a kind of a morph defense system lately, where they're playing 5 players in the back, which shifts a bit to keep 4 there at all times. And so a lot of times when Advaya takes a ball, as he did there, and moves out to the left side, Max Fulton-Near, who is typically the left back, will move forward. Advaya cleans that one up and pumps it down the sideline. Chested down by Ben back Dian. Defended by the Rams. A lot of space for Jack Myers there. Out to Wilback Dian. And miscommunication with Sibley. Ball intercepted, but Wilback Dian gets it back. Beats one player, tries to beat another, but touched out defensively. Some substitutes coming in now. Jeff Warmbine, a senior, playing right back now for Wilback Dian. Devin Egbote is playing in a forward position now. Colin Sibley went out. And I believe Mitch Friday went out as well for Matt Smith as a senior playing forward now. Jeffrey Warmbine to throw it in. Gets it into the box. Challenges the keeper, but he's able to put his mitts on it. Jeffrey Warmbine, interesting story, is a senior. He's made the team the last 2 years as a junior and a senior. He's a gifted baseball player, but an injury to his shoulder made him come back out for soccer. He had played soccer as a young kid and was able to make the team last year. Very good athlete, playing a bit this year again as a senior. Certainly getting some time. Tough spot for him though. He's a defender, so doesn't get as much time as he'd like, but plays well when he does. All right, Ram ball again. Headed toward the St. Clair goal. One-on-one with J.J. Cuddy, defended well. Could have been a penalty, but J.J. throws him aside and luckily doesn't get called. Played up forward. First ball is played up to Matt Smith and then knocked around a bit. Neither team possessing there for a second. Ben back dying, collects it, moves up forward, but defended by a Ram. Coach Snyder yelling some instructions from the sideline just to shift his players around a bit. Jack Myers tries to beat two guys, didn't get it done, and cleared out by St. Clair. Whoops. A little bit of pinball going on right now. Ball's in the air a bunch. No one's possessed for the last two knocks, 2-3 knocks. St. Clair has had the better of the possession, though. They've been able to string 4 and 5 passes together. The Rams have really not been able to string more than 3 together, mostly defending. St. Clair has a throw-in. So Max Fultner will toss it in to Matt Smith. Credit to Matt Smith. He's a senior, but he got cut as a sophomore and came back and worked hard in the offseason, tried out again as a junior and made it. Played JV last year and now is a varsity contributor this year. He had 2 goals the other night in senior night. During senior night, I should say. Ball played out by the Rams. Advaya to throw it in. Too far away to have one of his long throws. Played up to Matt Smith. Tries to bowl his way ahead. Jeffrey Warmbine defends. Knocked out by a Ram. Jeffrey's going to throw in. Jeffrey has a decent long throw. Aiden Gordley also came in. Appears to be in for Jack Myers as well. So played out by Warmbine to Connie. We tried to play it ahead to Matt Smith, intercepted, knocked back in by the Rams. We've got 2 players forward with our 4 defending. I've got 2 more players forward, still intercepted by Advaya. Dribbles a bit, plays it up to Gordley, out to Fultner. I actually don't remember the last time either team has strung more than 3 passes together. Defended well by RJ White there. Defended by Max Fultner's butt. Knocked out of bounds. Every good game needs a good butt block. Played forward to the lone forward up top for the Rams there. And now someone dribbles into the box. And almost defended well enough by Max Fultner, but goes out for a corner. So the Rams will have a corner here. This has been a kind of a sore spot for the Panthers this year. They've given up some goals off of corners. They're not the tallest team. RJ White's a tall player, but the rest of them are not as tall as sometimes you'd like in the back line. But, oh, and well saved by Anthony Ioli initially and then knocked back in. So there was a good case of that. We got a head on it, knocked it down. One of the Rams headed it immediately to Ioli, who saved it. I don't know how he sees some of those sometimes. Popped back out and knocked right back in by a Ram who was waiting right inside the 6-yard box. So again, St. Clair gives up a goal on a corner. That goal scored by Zach Ferris for the Rams. That's one of those that just came out of nothing. I mean, St. Clair gave it up on the end line. The Rams really have not been playing very well, but they're the first ones on the scoreboard. So at the 21-minute mark, it is 1-0 Rams, and they're down attacking again. Played out by RJ White. This should irritate the Panthers a little bit. I mean, they seem to be having the better of the play there for a while. And now a veritable boatload of players comes in for the Rams. They substitution in the non-conference games is much freer than it is in the conference games. Benches tend to be a lot shorter in the conference games, and that seems to be the case today. Both coaches usually making a gentleman's agreement to just play as many players as they can to get everyone some time. St. Clair having trouble getting it out now. Advaya with a little butt block as well. Turned around and was able to, lucky enough for the ball to hit the back of his legs. Ram throwing, headed nearly out, but dribbling attempt into the box fails, goes out for a St. Clair goal kick. Played out by R.J. White, up to Aiden Gordley, out to Fultoner, forward in the air for Smith. A little elbow to the back of Aiden Gordley there, draws a foul. So this ball will be played in by Max Fultoner. Excuse me, this ball is going to be played in by Advaya. Advaya plays it just across the line into the penalty box. Another St. Clair player who just came in, Abelardo Sabarzo, chases it out, but unlucky, can't reach it. So the Rams have a goal kick. Played out to the left back. Devin Ekbote pressures. Now Matt Smith pressures the keeper. Ball out to toward Jeffrey Warmbine. He defends twice. He's a big kid. Sends a Ram flying. Recovers the ball into R.J. White. That ball played into R.J. White by Connie. Now forward to Devin Ekbote, who's got some speed. Unlucky touch by a Ram. Allows for a St. Clair throw-in. Thrown in by Fultoner. Abelardo Sabarzo is usually all over the field. He goes from the left side of the right side over the left side, grabs that, makes an attempt on the ball, but it goes out. So it appears that Advaya has gone out of the game, and St. Clair has probably gone to just 4 in the back, and it looks like they're pushing another forward up front, which that would have been the Abelardo Sabarzo substitution. I affectionately call him AB, so that's what we'll do here. Oh, shot towards goal by Gordley. Well received by the keeper. Sent out in a punt and missed by Connie. Warmbine comes in to defend. Connie able to recover after 2 players were on him. Up to Gordley. Gordley plays it outside to Warmbine, who has a couple blades of green grass. Forward to Matt Smith. Nice turn. Defended well by a second defender. Out to Warmbine again. Oops. Too hard for Ekbote. Throw in Rams. A heavy touch by a Ram player. Throw in St. Clair. Substitution now here for St. Clair. Ben Backdine coming in for Cyrus Connie. So at the 16.5 mark, we're at still 1-0 Rams. Nick Tanner's back into the game as well at a left forward spot. Jeffrey Warmbine gets beat by a Ram player and defended by Ben Backdine. It's good to have friends. Ben came right over and picked up the slack there. Ram throw-in. Challenged by Ekbote. Back to the Ram keeper. Throw in Warmbine for St. Clair. Aiden Gordley comes over to get it. Defended well there by J.J. Cuddy. AB comes back to get it. That was a good turn by Ram player there. Got past R.J. White. J.J. Cuddy was able to get it. Off a Ram player out of bounds. Warmbine for St. Clair, throw it in. AB has it back out to Warmbine. Up to Devin Ekbote. They're playing artfully down the sideline, but off of Ekbote's foot. Ram throw-in. Back across midfield for the Rams. Now forward. Chested away by J.J. Cuddy. Recovered by Ben back Dyan. Pass back to Fultonier. Up into the midfield. And Ekbote's making a play on it now. And he gets a ball through with a hard tackle. Matt Smith wasn't able to collect it. Rams have it on the right. Matt Smith hustles and gets it. Goes back to get the bone he just lost. Intercepted by Ben back Dyan. Forward to Nick Tanner. Defender plays out of bounds before Nick can get to it. So throwing St. Clair out on the left side of the field, far side by the benches. Fultonier to AB. AB Sabarzo plays it forward, intercepted by the Rams. Plays tic-tac-toe there on the sideline for a bit. And a missed pass in the midfield gives way to Ben back Dyan, who puts it up for Nick Tanner, who can't get to it. Oh, he's taken down onto the track. Nick Tanner didn't like that. Hands are waving, asking for a call that he doesn't get. So the Rams have it on a throw-in, play it forward. Up to Ram forward. Whoops. Looked like just a little toe trip there. So the Rams have it. About 25 yards away from the penalty box. St. Clair holds up near the 18-yard line. Tosses it in, headed out by RJ White. Ram player intercepts. Nick Tanner defends well. Shields it so it goes out. This will be a throw in Fultonier. Abelardo Sabarzo fouled trying to collect the ball. Will be played forward by St. Clair. RJ White's probably going to send this one long. And he does. Plays it forward. Up to Matt Smith. Great control there by Matt Smith. Out to Aiden Gorley, out to Devin Ekbote. Another example of good control for a moment, then loses it to a Ram defender. Abelardo Sabarzo escapes, almost being called for a foul. Played down by the Rams, defended by J.J. Cuddy. Out to Ekbote. Back to J.J., who's pressured and gets a ball forward. Matt Smith is very good at pressuring defenders, and he does so there. Gets a head ball down and still possesses the ball, gets knocked down, draws a foul. Good hustle by Matt Smith there. So Devin Ekbote is going to take a kick just outside the 18-yard box to the right. Plays it in well. Oh, great ball. Oh, scrum in the middle of the 6-yard box. Recovered by the Rams. St. Clair cannot get to it. The keeper was out well past the 6-yard box, actually. He fell down. Ball was lying around back there being knocked around, but the Rams were able to get it out. South St. Clair has it back on the left side. Then into the midfield. RJ White steps forward. Defended by Ben back Dyan. Pop forward for Tanner. Just toward the sideline. Nick can't get there in time. Nearly slides into the Ram bench trying to get that ball. So Fultonier defends here. Plays hard. Gets it out to Sabarzo. AB Sabarzo over to Ben back Dyan. Out to Devin Ekbote. Up to Aiden Gordley, who hustles over to get receive a pass. Out of bounds, Ram throw. Played forward in the Rams system, but RJ White collects. J.J. Cuddy puts it forward off a Ram defender. And out of bounds. The Ram throw. Another group of substitutions coming in for both sides here. So it looks like St. Clair is back to playing 4 in the back. Probably more of a 4-2-3-1 system. And it appears that the Pine-Richland Rams are also playing a 4-2-3-1 system. Ball played out from Myers to Basil Despinas, who just came into the game at left back. Defended there by Warmbine well. Up to Cyrus Carney, who turns around, doesn't go back. Plays back out to Warmbine. Has limited options. Up to Jack Myers, who just came back in the game. Out to Will Backdine, who cannot get to it before it rolls off the table. Good effort. Will Backdine playing an outside midfielder spot right now. Jeffrey Warmbine still playing right defender behind him. That ball played forward by Sibley, just couldn't be collected by Willie Backdine. Well collected by Ram on the right sideline. Played forward. Defended by R.J. White. Ball was not going to get to the keeper, so R.J. tried to turn it out. Defended by J.J. Ball shot, but sailed over the crossbar. Luckily for St. Clair, that was not a good defensive sequence. R.J. White thought he was going to shield, and the ball was going to roll back to Ioli, the keeper. Was not rolling fast enough, so he tried to turn around. Unfortunately, it got stolen. R.J. fell down. J.J. and Cuddy and Basil Despinas came over to defend, but a shot was unleashed by the Rams, luckily over the bar. Rams have it in the forward area, tried to be defended by St. Clair. Finally gets it out. Warmbine gets it out, switches fields over to Mitch Friday, who just came back into the game. Now played forward in the air to Jack Myers. Jack Myers has some green grass, plays up to Will Backdine. Oops, little miscommunication with Colin Sibley. Ben Backdine goes in hard for a ball, knocks the player down, gains the ball, out to his brother Will Backdine. Back to Warmbine. Plays it to the midfield to Connie. Out to Will Backdine. We're working the right side now. Defended well by the Rams, popped out, throw in St. Clair. So at the 7-minute mark, it's still 1-0 Rams. Never matters really who's getting the better of the play on the field. The scoreboard's what matters, but St. Clair has been challenging here. So Jeffrey Warmbine throws in. Let's see if St. Clair can get a chance. Nope, they can't create a chance. Out by the Rams. Defended by Connie. Rams still have it. Get it forward. Cleared out by Max Fultonier, who came back in the game. One thing St. Clair is allowing to happen is something that's uncharacteristic for them. The forward for Pine-Richland seems to be sitting between two of their defenders, and they're allowing it, and it's causing them some trouble. So ball goes out of bounds before Will Backdine can collect it. Collected by Jeffrey Warmbine, but unfortunately heavy touch. Pops the ball out. Ram throw. Defended by Warmbine. Ups. Will Backdine tries an artful turn that doesn't work out. So throw in Rams again. Throw in Ram by the Rams. Attempted headed forward, but headed it out of bounds. So it'll be a throw in St. Clair. Devin Ekbote back into the game for Will Backdine. Ref wasn't satisfied. Play could begin yet. Yep, Will Backdine was not off the field. Now we'll let it go. So Jeffrey Warmbine throws it back in, collected by Jack Myers, shielded taller defender behind him, into back, bend back down in the center. Out to Max Fultonier. Max, lots of blades of green grass, goes forward, into Jack Myers, switching fields, switches it again out to the right. St. Clair switching fields well now. Back into Warmbine. Forward to Colin Sibley, who tries to put it through to Devin Ekbote, but defended by the Rams. Now he throws into Mitch Friday. Plays it back to Ekbote, who crosses. Oh, head ball by Connie, blocked by a defender. Oh, excuse me, that was a head ball by Ben back 9. A lot of B's in that sentence. At any rate, really nice offensive sequence, defended well by the Rams. And it's a goal kick for the Rams. 4.5 minutes left to go in the half. Ball played off the 6-yard line by the goalkeeper. Headed forward, J.J. Cuddy defends out wide to Devin Ekbote, back to Warmbine. Knocked out by a Ram. Jeffrey Warmbine sneaks up the sideline, throws into Colin Sibley. Colin dribbles across midfield for a second, then turns around back out to Warmbine. Jeffrey dribbles into the center. Well switched over to Max Fultonier. Ram defense switches, there's some space open now. Cyrus Connie back out to Devin Ekbote. Colin Sibley couldn't get to it. Now the Rams have it and are moving forward into the right side of the midfield. Now Max Fultonier is tracking down a ball. Was passed much closer to him than to the Ram wing, and unfortunately dribbles the ball out of bounds. Luckily for St. Clair, the Rams do not have one of these long throw guys on their squad. Doesn't appear anyways. Those long throws torture the St. Clair Panthers. Throws it in to the left side of the 18-yard box. Attempted clear by R.J. White, is intercepted by the Rams. And defended well enough by R.J. White, or excuse me, Jeffrey Warmbine, that Iole is able to pick it up. Forward in the air to Sibley. Gets a good bounce, tries to play it forward, knocked off a Ram to Ben back 9. Ben turns around into Cyrus Connie. Over to Ben back 9. There's a Ram player down in the middle of the field. We're going to have to just knock the ball out here. Yep. Play stopped for an injury. Play stopped at the 2:30 mark. Although the clock is not stopping. Ref is trying to get the clock to stop, but timekeeper is not cooperating necessarily. In any event, the injured player is being helped off the field. Now the clock is stopped at 2:11, but it really should have been stopped at about 2:32. Clouds are rolling back in here. We may get some weather. All right, play resumes at the 2:30 mark. Pump forward to Devin Ekbote, who can't collect before it goes off the end line. So this will be a goal kick for Pine-Richland. Goal kick taken by Pine-Richland. Jeffrey Warmbine collects. Headed forward to Ben back 9, who can't get it, but Jack Myers is there for him. Ben back 9 collects now, and back into Jack Myers, who sees Mitch Friday on the left. Mitch eyes up Ben back 9, who cut forward and is able to knock it into the net. Great goal. That was a nice St. Clair sequence there. There was a few scrums in the midfield, actually deep into this Pine-Richland area. Ben back 9 and Jack Myers were able to collect the ball, knock it around a bit. Jack saw Mitch Friday on the left, was able to see a Nice run by Ben Bakdine toward the center where there was a hole in the defense. He was able to collect and calmly put it in the net with a left foot past the left hand of the goalkeeper. So it's 1-1 at the minute and a half mark. Left in the first half here. Played forward off a head ball by Jack Myers to Colin Sibley, who switches very well out to Devin Ekbote. That was a nice long soft ball. Devin takes it, takes on a defender, cuts into his left. Loses it for a second. Now loses it completely. Cyrus Connie collects for St. Clair. Turns over into the midfield. Ben Bakdine hustles back. Defends well, collects the ball. He's got some green grass. Always a little bit of adrenaline hop when you get a goal under your belt. Plays it forward to Mitch Friday. Pops it forward to Sibley, who's got a great deal of speed, but very well defended, very well shielded by Ram defender there. 30 seconds left in the half now. Goalkeeper gets a call from the Ram forward to send it forward as he does, defended by Jeff Warmbine for a second before the Rams have it. Now we're on one-on-one out on the sideline. Gets a cross in. We're in the box with the Rams. Out with 10 seconds left. Ben Bakdine knocks it off the line. Off the penalty box line. And possessed by Mitch Friday until the end of the half. So that's the end of the half. 1-1 is the score. We'll be back in the second half. All right, so we're back for the second half. Both teams are about to take the field here, and I apologize to anyone watching for the Pine-Richland Rams. Little local broadcast issues. I did not have a roster for the Rams, so every player was named Ram in the first half. So I'll try to do a little better the second half. So we have a 1-1 tie here, and some clouds are rolling in. Hope the weather stays away because we're kind of unprotected up here with the camera. So we're not sure how that technology will hold up if it gets wet, but we'll see. And the whistle blows and we're off. The Rams kick off. They move forward. I'll get back into the midfield. Played out, so throwing St. Clair up to Mitch Friday, who's defended by Eli Batista. Now the ball goes across the center of the field, back out to Jeffrey Warmbine, who came back in at right back. Played back through the midfield of St. Clair by Myers to Fournier, out to the left side here now, out to Ben Bakdine. St. Clair is going right to left. They're in the black jerseys, as you know, and the Rams are in the white jerseys. I forgot to mention that in the first half. So St. Clair's going to have a corner here. Jack Myers will take. And ball goes out again. Defended by the Rams off the end line, so Jack Myers will have another effort at it. Pumps it into the box, headed out by a Ram. Knocked down by Mitch Friday. Takes a left-footed shot, blocked by the Rams, out. Ball played up to the Rams, knocked down. Played forward by the Rams. Defended by R.J. White, missed kick. Rams come forward. Oh, Anthony Ioli saves. Jeffrey Warmbine pushed him wide. Ioli punts. Defended by Sibley, but called for a handball. So the forward playing up top for the Rams is number 10. We're going to just call him Will. Will Sang for short. His last name is basically most of the alphabet, so we're going to go with Will Sang, who is a great goal scorer, from what I understand, knowing Western Pennsylvania soccer. And St. Clair's trying to get it forward here, but defended by the Rams. Go back to Jeffrey Warmbine. Now out to Jack Myers. Jack Myers dribbles across, switches fields to Max Fultnier. Max is defended out there. Max is defended by Dylan Crutchfield. Sorry, momentary break there. We're back. Goal kick for St. Clair. Forward to Jack Myers, who goes up for the head ball. Mitch Friday throws someone down, does not get called, pushes it forward. Oh. So Colin Sibley plays it back to Connie, out to Fultnier. Plays it back to RJ White, defended by Will Sang. Excuse me, not Sang. Vince Roller is playing at the top of this system right now. He's the striker for Pine-Richland, waiting for a ball up there. Will Sang dropped back into the, or maybe he was always playing the number 10 spot, which is a center midfield offensive attacking guy in the 4-2-3-1 system. So back to the action. Jeffrey Warmbine heads it forward to Jack Myers, defended, gets it back. Mitch Friday gets it out to Fultnier, pushes it forward to Myers, plays it up to Ben back down, who tries to play a ball into Mitch Friday. Mitch Friday didn't read it the same way. He was waiting for a ball on the left. So thrown out to the right back for the Rams. 17. Yeah. Eli Batista played it forward. Now Eli Batista makes a run. Oh, and it's taken down by RJ White. Could have been a little bit of a dive, but he was in the air. RJ hit him. Easy call either way for the official. Actually happened right in front of the official, so much easier for him to see down there than me up here. So this kick going to be taken slightly outside the 18-yard box by Ram captain Ryan Jorgensen. He is going to pump this into the box and defended by Mitch Friday. That was a pretty low ball. Defended again by Jack Myers. Put back in towards the box. RJ White defends, knocks it out. Cyrus Connie turns around, looks for a pass back. Oh, and a lazy pass back to Anthony Ioli. He's just scary for a second. Anthony comes out and knocks it away. So this will be a throw in for the Rams, which it could have been much worse there. But Jorgensen puts it forward. Oh, well up by RJ White. Oh. Player gets by Warmbine, defended by JJ Cuddy. 1-on-1 in the box. Player turns. Everyone's out there now. It's good to have friends. All right, Jeffrey Warmbine knocks it out. Throw in, not necessarily a long throw, but it gets in the box. So played out inartfully by the Rams. He was trying to play it out to his midfielder out there, and we have a St. Clair throwing up to Devin Ekbote. Muscles his way past two players, knocks in for Sibley, who beats him with his speed. Just does everything he can to knock it forward for Friday, who couldn't get there. Out to the left back, who knocks it down. Max Fultner knocks that down. Rams are having the better of the play here for a second. Plays it forward to Will Sang. Shielded by J.J. Cuddy. Again, Will Sang is a definite threat for the Rams. He's scored a lot of goals in his life in cup soccer, certainly some in high school as well. Played forward by Oli, headed by Ben Bakdyan, knocked down by Friday to Sibley. Back to Myers, who puts it through for Sibley. Oh, he can't get there. Well defended there. Jack Myers plays out to Jeffrey Warmbine again. Knocks it down. Jeffrey dribbles a bit, passes it into Colin Sibley. Well defended. Cyrus Connie turns and passes it back to Jeffrey Warmbine. Up to Sibley. Feet weren't moving there. Sibley thought someone was going to come up for that pass. Played over for J.J. Cuddy, over to R.J. White. And R.J. gives a ball up there. Recollected though. St. Clair's able to get reconnected there. Ioli picks up the ball, surveys the field, gives everyone time to get in position. Sends one out toward Jack Myers. Out to Connie, back out to Myers. Myers turns around, surveys his options, passes it wide to Max Fultner. St. Clair's been able to switch the ball well today. One of the things with the Pine-Richland Rams they seem to be a little ball focused and kind of shift a little overshift toward the ball. And St. Clair's been able to switch the field a number of times today. So a penalty called on David Pollard, taken by R.J. White. Defended by the Rams, now back to Ioli. Forward to Connie. Knocked down for Myers. Out to Warmbine. Connie. Warmbine again. Just trying to get that Ram defense to shift for a second, and it does. Ben Bakdyan finds a hole. Out to Devin Ekbote. Very well crossed by Devin. Keeper gets a paw on it, but wasn't able to collect it, so goes out for a St. Clair corner. Devin Ekbote slides himself down that sideline and gets these crosses in that are really dangerous. He gets 2-3 a game that are really threatening. So this kick will be taken by Jack Myers. R.J. White comes up from a center back position to see if he can get his big head on the ball. And he does. Oh, and it goes in. Great ball by Jack Myers. Somehow R.J. White was standing in the center, right in the center of the 6-yard box. Got himself slid to the back post. No one seemed to go with him. I don't know how you miss that guy. He's probably the biggest kid on the field. Gets up, knocks it down.
R.J. White.
One bounce and into the goal. So at the 29-20 mark, it's 2-1 St. Clair. Get a reward for some hard work. So the Rams come forward now, defended by Mitch Friday, collected by Will Sang, turned into the midfield. Emilio Gonzalez sends a ball to the left, sent in and defended well by Jeffrey Warmbine. Good job by Jeffrey Warmbine there. Again, Jack Myers wins a head ball. The number of head balls that Jack Myers wins per game is amazing, given that he is, again, probably the shortest guy on the field. Again, though, with one of the biggest hearts. Okay, so forward to Colin Sibley on a throw-in. Gets by Cyrus Connie. Played one in the center that Colin's able to collect. Colin sees someone on the left that he likes. Oh, he thought Devin was past his defender, and he was, but Colin couldn't get the ball to him. Well defended there on ahead by Jeffrey Warmbine. Good job by Jeffrey. He was able to get his hand on Will Sang's back, push him forward a little bit, and win the head ball. So Will Sang again collects the ball. Cyrus defends him. As soon as Will Sang gets the ball, definitely need to and usually do have a St. Clair player on him. They at least know who he is. All right, Sibley dribbles across midfield for a second, lays it off to Ben Bakdine, out to Max Fultnier, up to Friday. Connie calls for the ball. Sends it up to Sibley, who, a little heavy touch there, defended well by the Rams. J.J. Cuddy lets it go over his head and should not have. But he gets lucky there. And Uwe Schneider let him know it. He should have just headed that ball out. Ball comes down. I don't even know what the call is, but somehow the Rams have a free kick. That is touched by R.J. White and then saved by Anthony Aioli. Well, St. Clair got away with one there, that's for sure. Throw in by the Rams. Sent out by Jeffrey Warmbine. Connie collects it now for St. Clair. Square pass into the midfield, which are sometimes dangerous and was there. Ben Bakdine defended well. The Rams have it now on the right side. Eli Batista played it forward. Oh, had it back again, tripped over it. Jack Myers lays a nice pass out for Mitch Friday. Eli Batista trips Friday, and we have a free kick for St. Clair. So the usually solid St. Clair defense has made a couple mistakes today. They've gotten away with most of them. Again, the score at the 26-minute mark is 2-1 St. Clair. Up to Devin Ekbote, misses a head ball. Well defended by the Rams. Out to the left back. Forward into Will Sang. Well received. Well defended for a second by Cyrus Connie, but Sang gets by him. Dribbles about 15 yards until the ball is collected by the St. Clair D. First Warmbine, then Cuddy. Out from Myers to Ekbote, who gets by one. And very great ball, very nice ball played for Colin Sibley. Let's see how great it is. Oh, Sibley tucks into the far post.
The goal scored by Colin Sibley.
Colin Sibley scores a very nice goal, and it was not unassisted, as our stadium announcer just announced, but it was well assisted by Devin Ekbote. Keeper seemed to come out to defend his near post, kind of got lost for a second, stepped too far to his left, and Sibley was able to tuck it into the far post side. So we have some substitutes coming in for St. Clair now. A.B. Sabarzo comes in, as does Aiden Gordley. Will Sang has slipped out onto the right side here for Pine-Richland, trying to get loose. Heel pass, defended by Connie. Kind of a weak shot, received well by Aioli. Aioli gives everyone time to get in their spots. Plays it forward. Connie collects, gets pushed in, tripped from behind. Keeps the ball, turns around. Back to R.J. White. Up to A.B. Sabarzo. Sees Aiden Gordley in the hole for a second, but unable to get it to him. Ball knocked out by Colin Savankis for Pine-Richland. Thrown in by the St. Clair Panthers. Played forward. A.B. Sabarzo heads it down towards Matt Smith, who just came in the game. Rams have it. Back out to Fultnier and to Connie. Connie turns a couple times. Wheels and deals. Goes forward. Switches it over to Ben Bakdine, who pops it one time out to Jeffrey Warmbine. Collects. Sends it forward to Nick Tanner, who just came to the field. He's got some speed as well. Pine-Richland keeper played it well that time. Slid Intercepted the good pass from Jeffrey Warmbine. Ball played out to the right side, over the bench. Throw in St. Clair. Collected by the Rams in their midfield. No options on the left, on his right side, so he plays it back to his right back. Now forward. That hit knocked down, well defended by J.J. Cuddy. Gets a little bump in the end. Knocks it forward to Sabarzo. Aiden Gordley makes a run on the left. Collects the ball. Takes his defender on. Sends it into Matt Smith, who tries to pop it forward one time. Got knocked down. No one there to collect. Sabarzo back out to Connie. One time out to Ben Bakdyan. Ben Bakdyan's got a lot of blades of green grass. Takes a shot away from the near post. So Advaya is going to come in for Ben Bakdyan now, play a center midfield holding spot. He'd be one of the holding midfielders in the 4-2-3-1 system. Collected by Advaya. Pass forward to Tanner. One time out to Sabarzo. Wall pass into Tanner. Another one-time pass up to Matt Smith. Bulls his way forward. Tries to get a shot, but draws a corner instead. So the 22-minute mark now is 3-1 St. Clair. Probably feeling a little bit more comfortable about themselves after that third goal. So this corner will be taken by A.B. Sabarzo. He's a left-footed guy, so he's going to be taken from the far side. He's going to swing it in. Cuts it in for R.J. White. Gets his noggin on it, but knocks it wide this time. Goal kick Rams. Out to the left back. Defended by Matt Smith. Now defended by A.B. Sabarzo. Knocks his player down. Gets away with a foul. And forward to Matt Smith, who is knocked down. They get away from him with a foul, but Aiden Gordley picks up the trash and knocks it in. Good job by Aiden Gordley to be there, keep his feet moving. Picked up a loose ball. Was able to pull the trigger right away. One-time shot. Left side of the goal. So at the 20s, at the 21.5-minute mark, we are at 4-1 St. Clair now. So kicked off by the Rams, played back into their midfield. Knocked out near their bench. There will be a Ram throw-in. Throw-in Rams. Headed down by R.J. White. Forward to A.B. Out to Aiden Gordley. He's got that post-goal adrenaline rush. And Aiden Gordley again. Switches fields over to Nick Tanner. One times it forward to Matt Smith. And knocked away off the end line by a Ram defender. So it'll be another St. Clair corner. All right, it was almost, was not taken, swung in by A.B. Sabarzo's pass back to Ben Bakdyan, headed away by a Ram. So we got another corner kick. It's going to be taken by Aiden Gordley. We have A.B. running toward the ball, and Nick Tanner tried a kind of a side heel shot, went wide. Wholesale change here on the Rams side. Again, in non-conference games, coaches are a bit more free with their bench. And what the heck, down 4-1, may as well get some new blood in there and see what they do. Ball played forward, defended by Jeffrey Warmbine, headed back to J.J. Cuddy. Calmly turns it, and back to Warmbine, who knocks it forward. A.B. Sabarzo collects it out to Max Fultner. Over to Aiden Gordley. He's defended immediately and gets by his defender. Dribbles toward the sideline. Lucky to keep it in. Now it's out for a St. Clair throw-in. So A.B. Sabarzo throws into Gordley. Dribbles back a second. Again knocked out by Ram. Another St. Clair throw-in. 18.5 minutes to go in the half. Thrown in to Gordley. Back to Fultner. He's got some space. He switches it across the midfield to Jeffrey Warmbine. One times it forward toward Advaya. Now AB collects it. Dribbles across midfield, turns, spins. Deals over to Advaya. Back to J.J. Cuddy. Looks forward. Sees Max Fultner on the left side. Gets it out to him. Max dribbles toward the Ram defense. Able to beat one defender over to A.B. Sabarzo. Tried to move and got stopped. Ball played back over Warmbine's head. Defended by J.J. Cuddy and then again by Warmbine. Sends it back out toward Max Fultner, who's unable to get there before it rolls out. Thrown in by the Rams. A couple little scrums. Everyone's looking for that crumb. That is the ball. Rams have it in the box now. Crossed into the feet of J.J. Cuddy, who collects and tries to get it out. Rams collect again. Defended by A.B. Sabarzo. Over to Ben Bekdayan. Advaya is there helping as well. He's play stop for an injured player at the 16:53 mark. So Ram injury does not look very serious, and we continue play now. A little under 17 minutes to go. St. Clair up 4-1. Back to Ioli. Out to Jeffrey Warmbine. Turns. Looks and sends out to Nick Tanner. Nick Tanner is almost able to keep it in, but it squirts out. Ram throw in now. Over through the Ram midfield, Aiden Gordley collects. Out to Ben Bekdayan, out to Warmbine. Up to A.B. Sabarzo, nice turn. Turns again. Sends it out wide for Max Fultner. Aiden Gordley comes back and attracts some attention, gives some space for Matt Smith. A.B. couldn't get to the last one into the middle. The Rams are moving forward now. R.J. White's defending two players on his back. Back to Ioli, who pumps it. Whoa! Almost tried to pump it forward. Was blocked by a Ram. From our perspective, I didn't know where that ball was going, but played out to the sideline. R.J. White collects. Forward for Matt Smith, who turns. Loses the ball to the Ram center back. Back to the keeper. Forward. And defended by Ben Bekdayan and Nick Tanner. Nick Tanner gets caught for a penalty, and the Rams will move forward right at midfield. A little more than 15 minutes left now. Defended by Aiden Gordley. Sent forward for a long ball. Very nice vision there. Sees Nick Tanner moving forward. Nick with some speed and certainly a lot of hustle. Turns, deals toward the keeper, but easily collected by the Ram defense. Now back to St. Clair's midfield. Given up for a second. Headed out by J.J. Cuddy. Advaya bowls his way through and saves the day for a second. I guess the ref thought about that for probably 3 seconds and then decided that was a foul. This game has been pretty well called, though. We've not had many adventures in whip-heel refereeing as we usually do. So just outside the 18-yard box, the ball is going to be taken by Cale Claff. He pumps it into the box, headed away by Advaya. Good job, Advaya Van Ketterman. Get his head on that ball. It's going to be a Ram corner taken again by Cale Claff. Excuse me. St. Clair man's up, ball's in. Goes over everyone's head, luckily. A.B. Sabarzo gets it, pumps it forward. Again, the St. Clair Panthers do have some trouble on corner kicks occasionally, and that's how the Rams were able to score their goal. It's back in the box. Chased down by R.J. White. Knocked out to Nick Tanner. Turns into a Ram defender, but gains a throw-in. Oh, somehow the Rams gained that throw-in. So down the line. And outside of the foot into Anthony Aioli. Forward by Anthony Aioli. Aiden Gordley gets elbowed in the back, but is able to keep position. A.B. Sabarzo comes over and helps him out with a heel pass. Turned back inside and then outside again by Ben Backdine. Artfully done out to Aiden Gordley. Gordley now surveys his options. Tries to cross, but he and Matt Smith look to have their signals crossed. Matt was checking back, and Aiden pumped it back into the box toward the keeper. So long punt, let go by Advaya, maybe lost in the sun. J.J. Cuddy puts it on the ground, back out to Advaya. Dribbles for a second, picked up by A.B. Pumped forward for anyone who wanted to get it, and really it was just the Ram keeper. Out to the right center back. Forward up to a midfielder. A.B. Sabarzo comes over to defend. Ball gets through. R.J. White. Oh, goodness gracious. R.J. White was trying to shield the ball for maybe for Aioli to come out and get it, but they obviously had their signals crossed as Anthony stayed in the net, and Dylan Crutchfield was able to sneak by R.J. and pop it into the far post. So that was a very nice goal. It's 4-2 now, just under 12 minutes to go. Ben Backdine surveys, and Nick Tanner taken down outside. It'll be a St. Clair kick. Ben Backdine plays it across the field to Voltnier. A little step over, a nutmeg, and a pass to a Ram defender. Ridge McClintock is in the game now. Moves forward with a couple passes. Up to A.B. Sabarzo, back to Ridge McClintock again. Into the middle to Advaya, who's going to play it wide to Warmbine. Out to Nick Tanner. Nick Tanner bowls his way forward. Turns, spins, wheels, deals. Is defended for a second, but gets across into the keeper's belly. It was a good effort by Tanner. Punts it away toward the right side. Headed by Ridge McClintock. Over to Warmbine. Defended by McClintock. McClintock stays on him. Dylan Crutchfield was trying to turn there. Ridge McClintock defended him well. Crutchfield sent a ball wide. St. Clair throw-in. Out now to Cale Claff. Philip Kim back to Claff, sends it inside. Defended by Ioli, and forward by A.B. Sabarzo now. Matt Smith giving chase. Warmbine defends, gets knocked down, gets back up, defends again. Ball played over the end line by the Rams. J.J. Cuddy was out there just in case, but ball was just a little too long. Wholesale changes again for the Rams. Get some fresh legs in there. J.J. Cuddy heads it out. Collected by a Ram. Blocked by Cuddy again. Advised defending now. Oh, excuse me, that's Soham. Defended by Cuddy again, blocking a couple shots here. Defended by now by Max Fultonier. Well, the Rams are pressing and they score again. 4-3 Rams now. Just under 9 minutes, 4-3 Rams. So the usually stout St. Clair defense is giving some things up today. 3 to be exact. Just couldn't clear that ball. I couldn't see who scored that right away. So Myers has it in the midfield. Sends it out to Agbote. Connie with it now. Oh, excuse me, that was Ben back down, back to Connie, back to J.J. Cuddy. Forward to Mitch Friday. Out to Fultonier. Fultonier looks, considers and sends it to Myers. One time into Friday. Myers. Myers dribbles across. Sibley turns. Many of the traditional starters back in here now. I think Coach Snyder would like to get another one on the board before the end of the game. Ben back down, works it to Warmbine. Out to Connie. Sang sends it forward now. You can hear Uwe Snyder's, Coach Snyder's voice a bit more now. The score of 4-3. It's under 8 minutes to go. Pine-Richland's come down, scored 2 unanswered goals, or come back and scored 2 unanswered goals. They were down 4-1. Defended hard by Mitch Friday, but pushed away. The Rams have it. Will Sang sends it forward. Rams are attacking again. Again towards the keeper. Collected by Ioli. So ball played out by Fultonier towards Myers. Myers dribbles through and gets tripped. That's an obvious call. So St. Clair will have a kick in the left at the left side of midfield. And it plays it quickly out to Fultonier. Possesses and sends it over to Friday. Friday tries a back heel. Off a Ram defender now, so it's going to be a, oh, somehow they called Ram throw-in. I guess it touched Friday's toe again before it went out. Ben back down and plays it forward. St. Clair feet were not moving, so the Rams collect it. Not the greatest sequence there. Throw in Rams. Headed down by Ridge McClintock. Connie defends now. Rams possess, see what they have. Put it forward to one of their captains. Kale Claff with it. Defended by Max Fultonier. So it'll be a Ram throw in. You can hear the frustration in the St. Clair Panthers. They don't like the position they're in after the comfortable one they were in 10 minutes ago. So this ball thrown in by Zach Palco. Headed out by Ridge McClintock. Defended by Fultonier. Up to Friday, who passes it back, and Ridge was luckily moving forward. Knocks it forward to Sibley. Sibley possesses. Is grabbed. Sends a nice long pass over to Bote, who anticipated well and had a good run. And sends it forward. It's a foot race to the ball. Oh, nice effort there by Jack Myers. Jack was racing toward the ball. Ram keeper was able to come out and clear it off of Myers' chest out of bounds. Ram throw in. Under 5 minutes to go now, 4-3 St. Clair. Headed down by Ben Bakdyan, right into the referee's feet. I don't know what the issue there was, but St. Clair will send it forward via the foot of J.J. Cuddy. He has Devin Ekbote open on the right, and that's where he sends it. Ekbote sends it across, unfortunately behind the goal. Pass was a little too deep. Actually, it was headed forward by Colin Sibley, then sent across by Devin. So 4 minutes ago now, 4-3 St. Clair. Goal kick Rams. Oh, well up. Good head ball by Ben Bakdyan. One-time volley by the Rams sent out of bounds over their bench. Headed down by the Rams. Defended by Bakdyan. Doesn't let him turn. Good job there. Jeffrey Warmbine's right on his back. Will Sang collects now. Moves forward. One-on-one with J.J. Cuddy. Passes it inside. And defended for a second by Ridge McClintock. Good spin move. Slide by Max Fultonier. Stalls it for a second. Ridge McClintock's able to gain his footing again and knock it out of bounds. So decent defensive work by the Panthers there. Headed out toward the sideline again twice by Ridge McClintock. Knocks off the knee of Max Fultonier, but he muscles his way through. Stolen into the box. Will Sang chests it down. Tries a one-time volley. Stolen by J.J. Cuddy. Knocked out wide to Ekbote, who was alertly knocked it to Jack Myers. Myers collects, turns. Hardly defended. Defended hard, I should say. Still maintains his possession. Out to Fultonier. Friday knocks it down. Back into Colin Sibley. Sibley, open leg turn, then spun around again. Jack Myers finds a soft spot in the defense. Turns, deals to Sibley. Oh, heavy touch. Sibley couldn't catch up with even with his speed. 2.5 minutes ago, 4-3 St. Clair. Connie goes up for the head ball. Goes over his head. Lost it in the sun. Fultonier knocks it down to Myers. Back to Ben Bakdyan. Ben really had no options, so he sent it toward the bench. Sibley on a diagonal run. Yeah, Ben didn't have any options there. Sibley was hovering back, waiting for a ball to his feet. Devin Ekbote had come back to defend, so Ben just kind of sent it back down into the corner. So under 2 minutes to go, St. Clair's trying to hold on to a one goal lead here. The Rams have found life though and are, let's say, motivated. 2 balls on the field now. Sibley out to take the throw. Tosses it to Ekbote, turns into Myers. Back out to Sibley. Immediately defended. Tries it back to Ekbote, but miscommunication. Ball goes out of bounds. Rams inartfully send it in. St. Clair throw. Just over a minute to go now. Down the line. Sibley holds off the defender. Turns. Goes to the corner. Takes a whack. Ball goes out. St. Clair throw. Just a typical 1-goal lead wasting of time. Just possessing the ball in the corner. Short throws. Basically taking the whacks on your ankles. Letting the clock wind down. Rams almost get it out, then do. Ben Bakdyan puts it back in. Friday turns around with it. Gets taken down. Jack Myers spins. Passes to Friday. Friday looks for a shot. Defended well. Connie takes a one-time left-footed shot over the crossbar. 20 seconds left now. Keeper scrambles to get it back to the line. Goal kick. Forward. Defended by Connie. Knocked straight down. Devanik Bote sends it forward for the last 3 or 4 seconds. All right. St. Clair wins 4-3. Holds on. See you next time.